आज का इस वीडियो में हम लोग देखेंगे इंग्लिश एक्सप्लेनेशन। स्टोरी का फर्स्ट देखते हैं। तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, ए सर्टेन डिग्री ऑफ फिजिकल हार्मोनी एंड कंफर्ट इज नेसेसरी अबाउट नेसेसरी बट एबव ए सर्टेन कंफर्ट इज सर्टेन लेवल इट बिकम्स हिंड्रेंस इंटेस्टेड ऑफ हेल्प। तो इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन हो जाएगा, this line has been extracted from Indian civilization, which has been composed by Mahatma Gandhi. This line refers that too much of physical comfort can be bad for us. It makes us lazy. Next question है, the common people lived independently and followed their cultural agriculture occupation. तो इसका explanation हो जाएगा, this line has been taken from Indian civilization and culture. Uh, It is written by Mahatma Gandhi. This line extracted about the sound foundation of Indian civilization, which has successfully stood the passage of time. The Western civilization, which has the tendency to privilege material, materiality, cannot match the Indian civilization threat. Evaluate the moral being. The common people lived independently and followed their agriculture occupation. They enjoyed true home rule. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, civilization our culture our स्वदेश depend our civilization our culture our swaraj depends not upon multiplying of our wants self indulgence but upon restricting wants self denial. इसका हो जाएगा explanation इसका, this present statement of Mahatma Gandhi has been taken from the lesson Indian civilization and culture, composed by Mahatma Gandhi, being a great saint, a great political figure, a grand philosopher, a socialist and a good economist. He has suggested all of us to minimize our wants for personal or impersonal joy. Gandhiji means to say that we should control our wants by minimizing them. Necessity endless and meaning means the supply and limited, so we should have after natives for our necessity. We should control our mind and passion. Multiplying wants give a dissatisfaction, anxiety and unnecessary pressure on our mind. Here Gandhiji has economically advised us to sort our wants or satisfaction. Next question है, my life has been too crowded with travel and many people for me to put it all within the cover of the book. इसका explanation हो जाएगा, this line has been extracted from India through a traveler eye. The writer Pearl S. Bucks says that India has always been part of background of her life. No other countries has been so many historical monuments are as India. She has been too crowded in her travel, which has been described in her book. Next question है, next explanation है, India had always been a part of the background of my life, but I had seen it whole of my life now. हाँ, इसका explanation हो जाएगा। मुझे लग रहा था दोनों क्वेश्चन सेम ही तो नहीं दोनों अलग अलग। These lines has been taken from India through a traveler I written by P.L. S. Bucks. She wants to say that she know about India since her childhood, but she wants to know more and more about India, so she come to India to know about it. She wants to see India only herself physically. Next question है हमारा, क्वेश्चन है, all this time they have themselves has struggled hard and almost vainly with the earth. इसका explanation, this line has been taken from the earth, which has composed by H.E. Beats. Through these lines the speaker said about Benji, he struggled hard on the earth all time with his hands. He was considered as a simple minded boy. Next question है, wait. When the van has gone to stood alone on the pavement looking at the ground. इसका explanation हो जाएगा, this line has been taken from the earth, which has been written by H.E. Bates. When the van had gone, they stood on pavement looking at the ground. They stood as if had alighted in a strange place, were not sure themselves and did not know what to do. Next question है हमारा, he knew he knew nothing about the stock markets, but he knew everything about a hen. इसका explanation है. This line has been taken from the Earth. It has been written by H.E. Bits. Benji is a text went on creating more house for more hen, and then selling more egg and making more money. Could not he could not have a pair of boot. He knew nothing about stock market, more money, but he knew everything about a hen. Next question is Sebai is no now engrossed in his picture. He no longer feel any bitterness towards the teacher. Hmm, इसका explanation हो जाएगा. This line has been taken from the story The Artist. It has been written by Shinya Novaya, a Japanese writer. He wrote very sensitivity about the people and their culture. The story unfolds before us the world of talented Japanese boy Sebai. It shows how to adult world often causes damage to such talent, and line was said towards his teacher as well as his father. Has smashed all the precious ground to pieces. Next question है. There's absolutely no future of a boy like you. इसका explanation है. This line has been taken from The Artist, when he was written by which has been written by Singer Novaya. In this story, this line is used by Sebai's father to Sebai, in which he says that you are doing so a dirty piece of work as sticking on God, which is so hateful, and it is not future. It is not no. It has no future. Next question है. Fancy a lad spending his time playing around like with crowds. This line has been taken from prose. The Artist. It refers to a boy who used to move on a street, and a street of towns was looking for a crowd. The author wants to describe that he used to spend his time to playing around like with crowds. Next question है. Hmm, we have also become in certain aspect progressively less like animal. इसका explanation है. The story has taken from ideas that have helped mankind. We have also become into being. It took a long time to take it the shape which is find around us. Thousands of years back, human race was uncivilized and and uh, uh, leading leading the life of wild animal. He explains that they had become a certain respect more civilized and looked less take animals. Our intelligence had definitely enabled us to get a much greater variety of enjoyment than to animal within the her. We were more friendly to each other, but in our attitude outside the herd we were no less ferocious as those of the animal in certain aspects. Next question. It is obvious that we know more animals do, and it is common to consider that this is one of the our advantages. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. Human beings are different from animal in such a manner that there were 21 as intellectual and more qualities that separate the human beings from animal. It is obvious that we know more than animals do, and it is common to consider it is one of our advantage. Animal cannot think like human beings because the human beings have extraordinary thinking power. It has highly sensitive power. The human being are one of the most developed and advanced animal. Next question. When the van had gone, they stood alone on pavement looking the ground. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. And this line has been taken from ideas that helped mankind. Benjai is that a central figure in the story. As a child, he had thick fair hair on his face. He would smile all day along. His father believed he was simple-handed, but there was a kind cunningness behind innocent-looking blue eyes. His selfishness and cunning come to light as he grow older. वो क्वेश्चन अभी नहीं किया. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है. within the herd within the herd we are most friendly to each other that other than are many species of animals. Explanation: this sentence means that a human, when consider a group or herd, trained to be more cooperative and friendly together, and another comparative compared to many different animal species in the natural social structures. अब आता है पोइम सेक्शन में. कोल्ड इम्पॉसिबल इट हैज़ cold impossible ahead list the mountain lovely head. इसका explanation है the poem now the leaves are falling fast has been written by W.H. Auden. Here poet wants to say that in winter all the trees become leafless. He wants to break something from his hand, but it becomes freeze lonely on the separate knees. Next question है and the nightingale is dumb and the angle I angle will not come. इसका explanation: the following line has been taken from the poem now the leaves are falling fast, composed by W.H. Auden. In in given lines, speaker says that truth that is truth true when it comes. The nightingale stops singing. Life is lost. No angle comes to help. Death is certain. Next question: whose white waterfall could bless travels in their last distress. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. Travelers will be blessed those white waterfalls which comes out from the mountain head. They will be blessed in their last distress. Next question है. Here lies a most beautiful lady, light of step and heart was she. तो explanation है. Here lies a most beautiful lady, a light of step and heart was she is a line from the poem and it by Walter de la Mare. The poem is about to passing of a beautiful woman and the fleeting nature of life. Next question. And when I crumble, who will remember this lady of the West Country. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. These lines has been taken from the poem and if by Walter de la Mare. The poet is known for his concern of the world of children and the supernatural. The poet says that beauty does not last forever. The lady of the West may ever be feeling proud now, but she too would be forgotten after his death. Nobody will ever talk about the lady or nor remember her. Only God dips leaves a footprint on the sand of time. The rest is forgotten. Next है. You may meet him in busy street. You may see him in a square, but a crimes discovered then Macavity no there. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. These lines are extracted from the poem Mystery Cat. The poem has been written by Thomas Estration Eliot यानी T.S. Eliot. The poet wants to express about the mystery cat that it goes everywhere within our approach and can be seen anywhere, but when it does crime it never remains. Next question है. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. Macavity a ginger cat, he very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eye are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with through his head is highly dominant. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. Next question. I might mention Munjori, I might mention Gridambone are nothing more than as against for the caste who all the time just control the operation, the Napoleon of crime. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. Reference. This line are for the poet Macavity. The Mystery Cat, written by T.S. Eliot. Context: the poem compared the leadership skill of Macavity to his own frictional character. Next explanation: these functions characters Manjojiri and Crindlebone portrayed in T.S. Eliot old portion book of Partial Cat are not compared to with Macavity. He is the commander-in-chief criminal or Napoleon of criminals. He directs all theft and crimes in London very cleverly. Next question. Macavity, there is no like Macavity, for he is friend in find and feline shape a monster of depravity. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. This line has been taken from the poem Macavity, the mystery of a cat, composed by T.S. Eliot, the poet, highly influenced by Macavity. Of its death, he says that there is no match of animal. It is like master, which is well corrupted. It belongs to cat family, but its deals are unique. It is an evil spirit which possesses extraordinary qualities. Next question है, he's he's the bufflant of Scotland Yard of flying squad disappear. इसका हो जाएगा explanation. Reference हो जाएगा. This line has been taken from Macavity, the mystery cat, written by T.S. Eliot. Context हो जाएगा. The poem says that these words while describing the criminal activities and how he includes the detention of by Scotland Yard police. Next, I would have lost my way and beg now at stranger doors to receive love, at least in a small change. So explanation of this line has been taken from the poem named My Grandmother's House by Kamala Das. The poem is reveal the poem is reveal the poet is reveals the poet is reveals her attitude for her grandmother in childhood. Kamala Das lived with her grandmother. She was quite associated with his grandmother, but after the death of his grandmother, out of her house has definitely changed. The house appears is deserved. The dog appears to be roaming, so that poetess is highly said at the condition of house. She is fully disturbed. She is quite nourishes. She goes to a neighboring. Kamala Das is deeply interested in changing situation of her grandmother's house. Next question is, how often I think I am going to peer through blind eyes of windows. Explanation है, these lines has been taken from My Grandmother, which has been composed by Kamala Das. Poetess thinks constantly grandmother's on poisoned, as it has been very long, and she hasn't visited that place. Assumes it feels guilty about it. She often dream of going there, but now now there the house is locked since her grandmother no more, but still she does not mind going even if just has peer for house through the windows, or even just listen to silence which is frozen in time. Next question है, they're in house now away from there once I received loved. This line has been taken from Kamala Das's poem My Grandmother House. Here, the poetess says that the childhood she lives in her maternal grandmother house, where she received too much love. The house went to silence due to maternal grandmother death. Next question: the voice of education said to me, "He must be killed." Explanation है इसका. The voice of education means civilized intellectual approaches of life, as opened to a initiative approach where man and nature are one. It tells the poet to kill the snake, then and there it should be allowed to move freely the human world. Next question. The house we withdrew in silence. Snake moved among books. I was then too young to read. To my blood in turn cold like the moon. Explanation है इसका. This line has been taken from the poem Snake. It has been composed by D.H. Lawrence. The poet says that a snake prowled along among the book. The house becomes silence. The poet was so young that he cannot read. His body became cold like the moon. Next question है, and laughter learnt of family and gentleness in heart at pace under and English heaven. इसका explanation हो जाएगा. This line has been taken from the soldier, which beaut has been composed by great patriotic poet of England Robert Brooke. In heart the peace under the under English heaven, the sun net finds the soldier speculating cathedral. As he goes away too far about the possible death which he feels should not be mourned, but understood to part of selfless tribute to much loved England. Next question: if I would die, think only this of me that there's someone corner in foreign field that forever in England. इसका explanation है. This line has been taken from a poem The Soldier which has been written by Robert Brooke who says that himself as a soldier of country England. ओके, यहीं तक था. नेक्स्ट है हमारा एप्लीकेशन राइटिंग. एप्लीकेशन राइटिंग में हो जाएगा टू द प्रिंसिपल, स्कूल नेम हो जाएगा, फिर नीचे में आ जाएगा सब्जेक्ट, सब्जेक्ट में अपना रीजन जो भी हो, फिर उसके नीचे आ जाएगा रिस्पेक्टेड सर, फिर जहाँ पे कॉमा खत्म होगा वहीं उसके ठीक नीचे विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट एंड हम्बल हार्ट आई वुड लाइक टू से दैट, जो भी रीजन हो वो रीजन हो जाएगा, फिर उसके ठीक नीचे देयर फॉर आई रिक्वेस्ट दिस एप्लीकेशन इज गिवन टू गिव साइन फॉर मी, फिर उसके ठीक नीचे हो जाएगा यू आर रिस्पेक्टफुल्ली, फिर उसके नीचे एम डी रानी. अब आता है हाँ, अब आता है एक्सप्लेनेशन में पोएम, मतलब पोएम बोलते हैं ऐसे राइटिंग. ऐसे राइटिंग में कुछ हम छाँटे हैं जो कि हमको लगता है इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो उसमें है डिसिप्लिन, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, करप्शन, पॉल्यूशन और नेशनल सिक्योरिटी, क्योंकि ये सब पॉइंट्स हाल ही में बहुत ज़्यादा रिपीटेड है. चलिए देखते हैं डिसिप्लिन. Discipline is vital of our success as a student. We must follow rules and regulations to achieve our goal. Discipline must getting up early, studying regularly, and completing homework on time. As a student, I have realized that discipline is an essential for academic success. It helps me to manage, meet deadlines, and deliver quality work. Discipline also develops a good study habit. Discipline is also important for personal growth. It helps to develop a healthy habit, becomes responsible and self-motivated. However, discipline can challenging. There are days when I feel like sleeping in or playing games instead of studying. But I know that giving in to these temptation will make me fall behind. In conclusion, discipline is crucial for a student. It helps to achieve academic goals, develop good habits and become responsible. Next आ जाएगा हमारा अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट पर. Unemployment is the major issue of affecting individual and society. It is a state of being without a paid job and can have serve consequences that there are several causes of unemployment including in economic downturns, technology changes and lack of education during recession, business reduce their workforce, leading to job losses. Technological achievement can automate jobs, making skills obsolete. The effect of unemployment and devastation. Prolonged employment leads to poverty, homeless and social isolation. It affects mental health, causing depressions, anxiety and stress. To address the unemployment, government can invest in education and training, promote internship and provide financial support. They can simulate economic growth through infrastructure development, tax initiatives and monetary policy. In conclusion, development is a complex issue. Government and policymaker must work together to address it cause and support those affected. Next time, corruption. Corruption is the serious issue worldwide. It is involved abusing power for personal gain through bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism. Corruption undermines trust, discouraged investments, and perpetuates poverty. It also leads the unequal resources distribution. To combat corruption, government must strengthen initiation, increase the transparency, and holds individual accountability. According educating the people and promoting integrity in also crucial. Next है pollution. दिल्ली वाला pollution. Pollution is a major environmental issue that affects human, animal, and plants. It constitutes the air, water, and land, causing health problems and climate changes. The types of pollution includes air, water, noise, and land pollution. Human activities like industrialization and burning fossil fuels cause pollution. To reduce pollution, we must work together. Individual can public transport, recycle, and conserves energy. Government and organization must implement policies and practices to regulate pollution, and we must act now to reduce pollution to protect the environment for future generation. अब नेक्स्ट आता है हमारा नेशनल सिक्योरिटी. तो इसका हो जाएगा नेशनल सिक्योरिटी रेफर्स टू प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ कंट्रीज सिटीजन्स इकोनॉमी एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एक्सटर्नल थ्रेट्स. दीज आर थ्रेट्स इंक्लूड टेररिज्म, साइबर अटैक्स एंड मिलिट्री एग्रेशंस. मेंटेनिंग नेशनल सिक्योरिटी इज क्रूशियल फॉर a country's stability and prosperity. Government achieve this through defense strategies, intelligence gathering, and international cooperation. Effective nations' security also depends on addressing internal challenges such as economic inequality and social unrest by ensuring that safety and well-being of its citizen. A country can build a strong foundation for national security. Thanks.